we have the excitement to share with the entire world that Williamson's going to do something that's never accomplished before, and it's going to create a future for students of tomorrow that we would not have even dreamed possible more than 5 years ago.
The true foundation of any institution is reflected in how it is designed and built, how its mission is established and refined, and how its philosophy is articulated. Ultimately, these are the cornerstones of an institution's legacy. It is that legacy that produces an enduring impact on mankind measured across time, decades, and generations. If, in fact, Williamson's legacy can be seen in the lives and accomplishments of its graduates, then Williamson has succeeded in its own eyes and beyond the wildest dreams of most educational institutions. This same legacy will shape the Legacy Campaign, a capital gifts program designed to assure that the needed resources are in place to secure a promising future for Williamson. On December 1, 1888, Isaiah Van Sant Williamson, a Philadelphia merchant and philanthropist, founded the Williamson Free School of Mechanical Trades. His purpose in founding the school was to provide financially disadvantaged young men with the opportunity to become productive and respected members of society. Williamson saw the potential in these young men, and through the provisions of his trust, created an environment in which students could realize their capabilities both personally and professionally. With the first graduation in 1894, the school became a significant pioneer in America's vocational education movement. More than a century later, the Williamson Free School of Mechanical Trades continues to honor its founding leaders by granting associate degrees and craftsman diplomas to qualified students who complete a rigorous 3-year program. Although coursework has changed to reflect new needs, the school's mission remains the same: to prepare deserving young men to be useful and respected members of society.
I was here 3 or 4 years, and I thought I had all the answers. So it's not about the academics. It's not about the shop. It's all about molding young men. It's nice to know accounting. It's nice to know carpentry, but it's more important to know that you're a part of society and what your role in society is.
We expect Williamson men, those Williamson graduates throughout their life, to be identified by the school's 5 core values: faith, integrity, diligence, excellence, and service. And as a consequence, throughout their working life, throughout their life as a neighbor, we would expect those people to encounter him to say, he's a Williamson man, he's a man of integrity, he's a man of diligence, he's a man who serves his community, he's a man of faith.
Companies especially who have alumni working for them, you know, they know the product they're going to get of the students that come out of here. And the school just has a great reputation for the product that it puts out. You know, the students that it puts out have just been, you know, great workers and really, you know, turn out to be, you know, usually they're top guys, usually they're head foremen and superintendents.
I just take it as an honor, you know, coming from a school like this, that you hear lots of good things about, you know, like I can go somewhere and, you know, and be like, oh, what school you go to? And I'm like, I'll go to Williamson. And they, oh, that's great, yo, you must be a bright, you know, and they just automatically gives you, you know, a good feeling, you know, welcoming.
I decided to get involved in Williamson again as I got older, and I realized the lessons that I learned here played a strategic and important role in my success as not just a businessman, home builder, but also as a husband and father. The lessons learned here, discipline, faith, integrity, diligence, are all things that when you are here as a student, you may not specifically realize that they are being woven into the fabric of your being. But as you leave and you get out into the workplace, and you realize that those are the same traits that lead very much to your success.
I think the 3 elements of this particular campaign are perhaps the best way to describe the desired direction and destiny of the institution. And the first component of the campaign is the operating budget. And that is for those students that enter these halls day in and day out, year after year, that we provide them the Williamson educational experience in as excellent a way as we're capable.
Funding for operations at Williamson is the critical element for survival for the next 100 years. As operational expenses continue to grow at rates outpacing the cost of living, the need becomes more vital. Compounding this is the increased strain on the economy that reduces the return of the school's carefully managed investments. Over $2 million is needed annually, over and above investment returns, to fund operations. The need, $8.5 million in additional ongoing support for operations. Objective 2, revitalizing the campus, thereby enriching student experience. $1 million sought for dormitory renovations. The current cottage dormitories are over 115 years old, and most have not had any major renovations in 50 years. The $1 million sought will provide a complete overhaul of one cottage or dormitory. $3 million sought for the Learning Center and library. Over the years, Williamson's various administrative functions, classes, and facilities have been decentralized. Thanks to a generous gift of $3 million from alumnus Walter M. Strine Sr., a member of the graduating class of 1929, the school was pleased to dedicate the Strine Learning Center on June 2, 2007. The Strine Center now houses 7 new classrooms designed specifically for courses in communications, math, science, business, humanities, drafting, and safety education. Other generous donors to the new facility are Richard G. and Judith B. Clemens, naming the academic wing, in addition to the McLean Contributionship, the Connolly Foundation, and the faculty and staff of the Williamson School. $4 million to support capital enhancements that will ensure a dynamic campus experience. Objective 3, and most critical, growing the endowment so that Williamson can continue to provide a superb education to the most deserving students.
It is the very essence of a legacy, and that is creating a destiny that goes beyond your own lifespan. It creates a destiny that the fruit will be picked long after the tree you've planted, and that is the endowment of the institution.
In order for the school to remain a free institution, there must be sufficient funds to increase the existing endowment support. In response to the need to grow our endowment, Henry Rowan, noted philanthropist, has established a challenge grant of $5 million where he will match the endowment gifts to Williamson dollar for dollar.
Mr. Rowan saw this in a couple ways. One is he understood that the strength of the school needed to be enhanced. There were 2 things that had to happen. One, we have to significantly increase our endowment. And he knew then, secondly, the way to do that was by increasing our existing pool of donors and going into the marketplace and getting more people involved in Williamson.
Eligible gifts will come from new donors, prior donors who previously have not given over $5,000, or prior donors giving 5 times their previous highest gift. Meeting this challenge will fill a huge void in endowment funding for scholarship and general endowment. The need, $12.5 million in funding to endowment. The Legacy Campaign will build on the great heritage that has been the school's hallmark for over 118 years and will craft the legacy that will be the future Williamson Free School of Mechanical Trades. Those essential needs to be met are reaffirming excellence through annual giving $8.5 million, revitalizing the campus and enhancing student life $4 million, and building endowment $12.5 million. Total financial objective $25 million. The success of Williamson now and into the future is dependent on our success in meeting these goals.
The vision of the Williamson Free School of Mechanical Trades is simply this: Williamson men building a better world by building better families, better organizations, and better communities. And so in a nutshell, the legacy of Williamson is the better world.